I think this is deep.
Welcome to the Empower Hour. We're bringing power to the people because the people have the power. This squad's going to entertain, enlighten, and empower y'all. I'm Queen Kiyah, joined by Pharaoh Freeman and Jeena da Great. But before we do anything else, like always, we're going to bless this show and our kings and queens listening.
Blessed melanated rising. I am so grateful to life, God our creator, and to the ancestors just for making it possible for us to be able to access today's show. Let it be uplifting to our listeners. Let it be entertaining to our listeners. Let it be educational to our listeners. And most importantly, let it be empowering. I am so...
He pointed at me like I was supposed to know.
Thank you, God. And again, just bless everybody with spirit of love, light, unity, strength, great health, positivity, and just all that general goodness. Hotep, amen. Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
Ashe.
I'm just having a good time.
So how was your week?
Oh, well, thanks, Jeena. Thanks for asking. Oh, I'm going first?
Yeah, I may as well.
Okay, well, shoot.
It's the Pharaoh show.
Yo, well, I'm just saying. Can I get some background music? No.
Never mind, I'll go. Let me go. Actually, I was going to let you go first because I had a pretty quiet week, actually. I didn't have much go on. I mean, as you guys know, I wasn't here last show. Actually, they might not have, actually, because I think we did, we ended up pre-recording from that in that sense. But I was with one of my best friends in Toronto last weekend as we celebrated the life of his brother who transcended. And so it was bittersweet in the sense where I was really happy to be there for him. But I saw some aspects of how we are in the community, and then like a lot of that don't show emotion like came out a lot. And I was I'm kind of weary for him for that, but I also understand that for him, his viewpoint is that his brother wouldn't want him to feel like, stumble or stopped in life. So he just has to, he's in honor of his brother, he's continuing to live life as of normal. So I have to respect that on all levels. As long as, that's healthy for him, I'm happy for that. But other than that, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I didn't leave my house this week. It was cold. Yeah. 2, there was nowhere to go. Right. And 3, I literally looked up on Friday. Well, until Friday when I finally did a little bit of working out. But on Friday, it's like, the last time I left my house was really Sunday, because taking out the garbage on Tuesday does not count. It doesn't count.
Good point. Yeah,
that doesn't count. So I felt like a hermit this week. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna pivot to Kiyah because I think I heard enough of Pharaoh already. We just started.
No, good point. I'm with you on that.
How was your week this week?
Y'all are hilarious. My week was interesting, actually. They say that when you start moving in the right direction, that the devil will test you. And this week, I was tested. And I said, you know what? It's so crazy that all of the things that I've really been doing, all of the help, all of the positive words and affirmation, everything has truly been working. So if anybody who knows me knows that one of my dearest things in life is my car. I love my car because she has taken me all around the world and back again. And I'm talking about, I've been in some religious experiences with this car. Right. I'm talking about, I drove to Toronto and back and didn't know that my tires were not attached properly. And I'm talking about, listen, there and back. And this is like prior to my ordeal, but I'm talking about, I did it there and back. And when I got back, I was like, I went to the mechanic. I said, hey, check out my car for me. Cause he's like, I understand. Where you coming from? I'm like, well, he's like, okay, look at this. You see these things right here? These are things that these nuts and bolts and stuff, these hold the tires in. Where are yours?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what? So they didn't all fell. I'm talking about this car is something to me. Wow. So I went the other day.
God drove that car.
No, all right. I'm gonna tell you. This is what I said. It's very religious. And so a young lady calls me, or I hit up a young friend of mine the other day. It was her birthday, and when she answers the phone, she's completely disheveled. She's like, listen, I've experienced something terrible. I'm on the side of the road and I really need some help. And I'm like, what? And she didn't call me. I happened to see something somewhere, and I recognized the person. I sent her a picture. I said, hey, is this person? She says, well, listen, this person just did some terrible things to me just now. I don't know why I seen this picture of this person and came to her and said, look at this.
Yeah, that's wild.
And so now she says to me, I need some help. So I'm like, you know what? It's late now, but tomorrow morning, this is what you're going to, right now, you're going to call the people and tell them, I'm going to pay them tomorrow. And in the morning, I'm going to get up and go and send this change. I got $200 to my name. I'm about to go and send her 100 of it.
Okay.
I drive out, I get to the place, and as I pull up to the place, I try and reverse into a spot, but when I put the car in reverse, it keeps going forward. And so then I try and throw it in reverse again and throw it in forward, but it keeps going forward. Now I try and put it in park, it keeps going forward. I'm like, something is wrong. Oh no. So I'm taking it now that my transmission has blown in my car. I'm out in the street, it's freezing. It was the other day, it was so cold. It was like, when it was like minus 20, 25 or something.
20
like
million. Yeah.
20 million. So I sat there for a second. I said, I think I'm about to trip out. But I didn't. I made a couple phone calls. I'm like, hey, listen, this is where I'm at. This is what's going on. Da, da, da. And I feel like the universe just conspired with me. Before I knew it, I had 5 people there. We got the car towed. It got to where it was at. And I chilled out in my house for a couple of days. I wasn't running around like I was crazy. And I had a lot of time to think about some things. And the universe has propelled me into a completely different direction than what I was going in before. So I feel like this week is the week of the turnaround. And I feel like when you test it and they say that the devil is testing you, it means keep pushing, keep going, don't get defeated.
Yep.
And I'm proof this week that I can tell you, if you think that you're in a bad place, look at me. If you think that you can't do something, look at me, because I'm the example this week. I promise you this week I held my head and I was greatly rewarded by the Lord for it. So I'm so happy right now. My week was amazing.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very uplifting. Actually, I could bounce off of that because it's really like, it's just a week of revelations. It's all just kind of like I've been putting into work. Like there's most of you guys know I've been working on the OFC online community that we're calling the OC. And there's just so much moving pieces to that. So I'm just going to bounce off that. No, but the thing is, and actually I'm going to take it a little different direction because this week, like, I'm just appreciating people. Like, I'm just appreciating the energy. I'm appreciating all, like, life experiences. Like, I find that... like as we're going through, like we're all going through it, right? And we can't ignore, like right now we all watch the truckers do their thing, or doing their thing still, holding the line, and we're super blessed. We're going to be able to hear Tammy T, who's one of our advocates at the front line. Yeah, one of the things that she had said was that she just saw the camaraderie. She saw the way people are like supporting each other, and like it's cold, but they're bundling up together. And it's another one of our sisters from the OFC had said that, told me the same thing. And it's like, and I could attest to it, what I'm doing. Like I'm working, a lot of you guys know I'm working on the OFC community, or the OFC online community, the OC. And it's an uphill battle. There's a lot of different things going on, but the fact that we have a lot of help within the OFC that's just giving a hand and making it possible. Yeah, and just making it possible for us to be able to just cross the finish line. So anyway, so that's kind of been my week. It's just been a week of just appreciating where we're at, appreciating what we're doing, and just appreciating people. And I had a bit of a revelation actually. I have to say that's even a part of this whole thing, and it was. And I'm not going to deep dive, I promise. But
every time he says that, he does though.
I'm just saying. No, but this is just understanding our connection as people, understanding like who we are as people, understanding that like we're one and the same, and like the more we help each other, the more it benefits each other, like we're like, and that was a revelation I got from I watch Gaia all the time. I tell you guys this, so big shout out Gaia. And the show I watch is called Initiation, but it was breaking down the fact that like our connection to Earth and the connection to each other is what is going to continue to sustain life. And the more we understand that and gravitate towards that, like the better it's going to be. It's going to be for us, and it's going to be for everybody on the planet. So it's just, anyways. So without deep diving and rambling on too long, I'm just saying, I appreciate people. It's been my week of appreciation, and this is all why.
I love that. I love that because that's reciprocal, right? That's going to come right back to you. So.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And maybe play that recording that you had with her, and see how that went, and then we'll get Vanessa to speak on how her experience was being there on Saturday.
Cool. Yes! If you guys hear that, you know what time it is. I have the one and only Tammy T with us here on the line. Queen. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing. I can't say it enough. I can't yell it enough. I can't give you enough praise. Like, you have been holding the line. So thank you.
Thank you too. You've been holding the line too, right? So we all have a part to play.
Yeah, that's really what it is. So if you guys are now tuning in, we have Tammy T on the line. So she has been basically, I almost want to say like one of the forefronts of this movement. So this is what's the coining it? It's the convoy on. What's the actual term? Yeah.
The actual term is the Freedom Convoy. In French, they call it Convoi de la Liberté.
Okay.
But, it's really a movement of everyone, right? Like, yes, there is a certain specific group that started the movement, but now this is just a people's movement. You know what I mean? It's just for freedom. You know what I mean? Everyone, whether they're in the big trucks, whether they're a small little car, everyone's holding the line and doing what they need to do against all of the crazy mandates that are going on, and the oppression and discrimination and segregation.
That's it. Talk about it. So basically, thank you for being on the Empower Hour with us this morning. What is the experience like there, live on the spot? What's the energy and how's it been going?
The energy is so beautiful. No word of a lie. I shed some tears just seeing how everyone is coming together. And, I know there's that whole, thingamajiggy that people are pointing out, like some of them are white supremacists and etc. But you know what? There's some nurses that are as well. We can ask the family of Joyce Echaquan, right?
About it.
Who was killed and, who was killed and murdered by nurses. Feel me?
Yeah.
But if someone breaks an arm, they still gonna go to the hospital. We're not gonna put all the nurses in the same bag. So don't put every person that's out here fighting for their freedoms in the same bag. And even the way I see it, even if someone is a white supremacist, I will walk right next to him because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We can go back to fighting. You know what I'm saying? We can go back to fighting on racism after. But right now, and we are not even free, right? We can't address racism. We cannot address sexism. We cannot address homophobia. We can't address none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the energy is beautiful. People are out here giving food. It's just awesome to see the unity and the love. And I think it's giving hope to people, and it's waking us up to say, like, hold on a second. We do have power. There's power in numbers. And not only that, but our dollar means something, right? So we have to use our money wisely.
Wow, well said. Because we've been looking at it, and just here, like, I didn't have an opportunity to be able to go down to Ottawa, but so I did see all over the city, like just in Montreal, like just to see the support, even just from the people standing along the highway, standing on the overpasses, like waving the flags. Like, it really shows that there's a unity, and there's something in the air. There's a change that's coming. So we're really like, again, I want to commend everybody who's making the effort to be out there, but a huge chapeau to the truckers, man. Like, because it's like, like they're it's like almost setting a precedent. They're setting the example that now we know a lot of entrepreneurs could have taken the step, the same kind of step, the same step in unity, and to say, yo, we're gonna do this. But unfortunately, they didn't, for whatever reason, not to knock anybody, but the truckers did it. They said, you know what, nah, enough is enough, and we're standing for it. And it's just the other thing too that I find really interesting is because, like, with the amount of support, like, for the stop of this whole thing, like, I'm trying to figure out if the government works for us, why do we have to push so hard? Like, it's very clear that society is not down anymore.
No,
like,
exactly.
you know what I mean? It's so now, like, where do we go from here? So It is a weird situation. But now, actually, that leads me to say, so what's our next steps now? So basically, how does this go? Where we're going to go from here? What's the next steps with the truckers? Do you know?
Well, you know what? I'm hoping, right, that everybody that sees the truckers doing what they're doing, they're holding their part of the line, right? Mm-hmm. But now we all have a part to play. Not everyone, like you said, you couldn't make it to Ottawa, but you're still out there holding the line.
Yep.
Look, you're doing the Empower Hour. You're informing the people. You're holding the line. You're doing what you need to do, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that, restaurants should open up and not use the Vax Pass. Gyms should open up. Civil, there will be self. You know what I mean? Like, it's time.
It is.
It's time for this. And if we do, I feel like this is a window. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They took a stance because literally they lost everything. They were not allowed to work. And they said, you know what? Okay, then let's show them who's boss. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But now everyone has to follow suit. If people do not take that risk, then what's gonna be next? You know what I mean? So that's why everyone needs to play their part. And even, I'm gonna add quickly, even amongst ourselves, if this is no longer a vax versus unvaxxed thing.
Well said. Yeah.
It's past that. This is about control. It's about a whole lot of other stuff. And I don't want to get into all of it right now because not everyone's gonna understand or has the mind to to understand it. Mm-hmm. But at this point where we're at, if we do not take a stance right now, it's going to be very dangerous, and it's going to get dangerous very quickly.
You're absolutely right. I think we've seen it through history. We've seen it.
Yes.
We've seen the oppression, what has been done. Unfortunately, we saw what happened to the Jews. We saw what, we've seen the oppression, because we can even go past and go.
Rwanda.
I was about to say exactly. We've seen it done in Africa. Anytime, they're able to create this divide in society and then pawn people against each other. It's the making of a genocide. It's the making of complete tyranny. So honestly, it is a time that we step up, and very well said. Now is the window of opportunity. We do not want all the effort, all the energy, all the sacrifices to be done in vain. So honestly,
exactly.
Community, as you're listening, take a stand. It is the time to take a stand. Business owners, we strongly recommend that you reopen. People in the community, it's really time that we just start going back and supporting our businesses. I honestly want to go as far as telling people, it's time to start taking off the mask. Unless you're sick. If you're sick, I think it's a good. If that's the only.
No mask,
Yo, you see,
We're walking into stores, restaurants, gas stations, no mask. The people working there, no mask.
You see? That's
Well, I think with that, I know that we're having a bit of technical difficulty with Zoom, but we do have a guest on who was out there with Tammy as well. We'll get Vanessa to speak on how her experience was being there on Saturday.
Cool. So then we're gonna come back with the interview with Vanessa. It's dope. Mm-hmm. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Oh, gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people, y'all.
I wanted to invite my good squirrel friend Vanessa, who is also don't worry about what I say, Pharaoh. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay. Oh, woosah. We're gonna bring in Vanessa, who was out there in the trenches as well yesterday, and I wanted to hear a bit about how that went for you and what it meant for you to show up yesterday.
Yes, hi, hello everybody. Thank you for having me, for inviting me.
Thanks for being here.
So Jeena definitely knows that it's a subject that's very important to me, like ça me tient à cœur, as we say in French. So going out there yesterday, well, first of all, a lot of people have been mentioning that they felt like a little bit hopeless with the situation in the last few weeks. Like more and more it was seeming like we were about to lose our human rights for real. And people were very like down. A lot of people being depressed, myself included. I was really not feeling great at one point. I was feeling overwhelmed. So for me, with the trucker movement, it gave me like this new light, like it gave a new light and definitely gave hope. I see a light at the end of the tunnel, and the fact that determination is it's a beautiful thing to see, and to witness it yesterday was nice as well. We drove like quite a few hours out to Van Cleek with them. Van Cleek being one of their stops, one of their pit stops, and every single overpass that we passed, you had babies like in car seats, like on the overpass and stuff, with signs and their parents. You had so I was saying, like, every single overpass that we passed, you had elderly people out there. You guys know how cold it was yesterday. It was freezing out there at 7 o'clock in the morning, even before 7 o'clock in the morning. With signs to encourage everybody, thanking the truckers as well for what they're doing, because right now is a crucial time. At the end of the day, it's a crucial time for both sides of this battle, right? So for us who want to maintain our human rights and our civil liberties, and for the other side as well, Trudeau and them, they also realize that it's a crucial time right now. So what the truckers are doing is phenomenal. For me, it's a huge deal, and witnessing all the love as well over there. Not a fan of how the media is portraying it to be a white nationalist movement full of racists and so on. As my good friend Tammy said as well, we were together yesterday. As she said, that doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant right now. And like she said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We have a common goal. Are we on the same page? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, let's do what we have to do. We'll tackle the other things later. This is way more important.
Because it's interesting, because, on one end, they kept saying things like, oh, we don't have racism here in Canada, and they try to act like we're all like kumbaya, and all of a sudden now that it's part of the rhetoric of like, well, did you guys see this person with the Confederate flag? Mm-hmm. And at this point, that should tell you how important this movement is because it's bringing people who would technically be a part, if you really want to say that there were white nationalists and stuff like that. Because I know when we spoke, you had mentioned that you didn't necessarily see any of those flags or whatnot, but putting that rhetoric, that just means that this whole movement is bigger than all of that ultimately. Mm.
Yeah, no, I personally didn't see any Confederate flags at all. Everybody was super kind. I don't know the hearts of every single person, so I can't tell you what's in their heart for real. I just know that we got a chance to speak to numerous people and stuff, and everyone was super kind, helpful as well. I saw many flags, a lot of Canadian flags, surtout, some Quebec flags as well. Even saw a Bob Marley flag for equal rights and justice for all, but I didn't see any Confederate ones. I know that in the video that I saw at Parliament Hill, we didn't go all the way out to there. At Parliament Hill, there was like one Confederate flag I saw in a video, but again, to me, it's irrelevant. Yeah. Like right now, we have a common goal. Let's tackle this goal. We'll deal with the rest later. The
other thing the media was doing too, I had read that they're just like, oh yeah, there was like a dozen people who showed up for the convoys. I was like, a lot more than a dozen there. I mean, 10 to 20 people showed up and with their signs. I was like, maybe that was in like a little piece of the convoy in some small part, but I've only been seeing enough people. That's what I've seen.
That was the lazy reporters. Those are the ones that actually just went outside their front door and they see, because there's people all along the highway, even right now, just waving flags and stuff
throughout the whole 401.
But we know that this is the trick.
Of course.
I often talk about the media doing this. It's called wagging the dog. Mm-hmm. They tell you that it's one thing and it's another, but if you go out there and see for yourself, and that should encourage the people to actually take heed, go outside and see for yourself, because they are playing you. Make sure that you stay in tune with media. I know a lot of people are running from the media. Oh, it drives me crazy. Let it drive you crazy. At least you know what's going on while you're driving crazy, because when they show up and you don't know what's going on, you're really going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So go outside and see.
Thank goodness for social media and the lives and stuff like that too, so it can counter what they're trying.
Thank God for people like this lady right here. She's like, I went and stood right here on the front lines, and that's what we need. People that can say, I've been there, I've seen it myself.
Yep. Thank God for real media like the Empower Hour, where we keep it 100.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
This is making history. People, we don't understand it yet now, but 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 60 years from now, people are going to go back and say, that's what they were doing? No, listen to these people, because they're telling the truth.
Absolutely.
But the media will have you thinking that it was like you said, like a handful of people, or the majority are not for the majorities with Trudeau and them. But that's a lie. The whole way, like on our way heading out towards Van Cleef, when we reached Ontario, the amount of houses that had like the Canadian flag out, or they made signs themselves with bristlecboard, like writing how, letting you know where they stand. Almost every single house that you pass by, you had some houses that were saying like hot soup for truckers. They turned their homes into a truck stop.
Wow.
You had at the gas station that we went to, that was like a pit stop. They mentioned on the door for all the truckers, they have free showers and everything. And I myself, like yesterday, Tammy and I were trying to guess like how many people are here. This is just at the stop. This is like after the whole, like the trucks had already headed towards Parliament Hill, but all the people, the other trucks and the cars, there had to be upwards of 50,000 people for sure. For sure. I don't think it could be any less than that, to be honest. So I realized the brainwashing is real. It's real. I think I feel like the vast majority are, here for the same thing. We want our rights, restored and stuff like that. It's not even about, vax versus non-vax anymore. You know what I mean? It's a personal choice. I'm pro-choice. You do what you, do what you will and stuff. But I just want my choice to be respected, just like I respect yours. And I think that to ignore that and allow the government to decide is going down a rabbit hole, like a very dangerous,
a very scary one that we've seen before in history.
Yep. No,
Exactly.
and like we had said, I think that Tammy had said it. She had said it best. Like right now, it's time for even the business owners, the individuals. It's time that we all just take that stand. Like I think right now it's time, and there's a lot of power. Like, but it does seem like the industries have. It's like if we could get them to make a move, that's what's really going to make the impact. And it's like us as the people, we could only do and say so much, but we really got to support our businesses and encourage them to make that step, and we'll support you. It's really that, because we're seeing the truckers, they run our food, they run our, that's really what it is. But it's like all the day-to-day business owners, the entrepreneurs, like they got to make that step.
So a big highlight.
I'm hoping that the truckers gives them the courage to do that, right? So I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit disappointed that the restaurants didn't stand up, the way the truckers did, but it's not too late. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that the same way it inspires all of us, like to see it gives us hope and light. I'm hoping that it does the same thing as well for the restaurant and business owners, that they'll decide that, I need to step up to and do something.
Thank you so much for
hopefully it's gonna, impact many people as well.
Vanessa, thank you so much for showing up, because there's a lot of talk, and action is what's necessary here. So this is ongoing. It's an ongoing convoy. So if anyone wants to go out there and help and bring some food, some hot food and stuff like that, you and I were talking about perhaps doing that during the week. So they're fighting for all of our rights and freedoms, and so I appreciate you on that.
Also, I just want to add something to that. In these situations, I think that I'm a little bit disappointed that we don't see more of Canada's vocal people out here speaking out, doing these lives on the front lines, showing what they're doing and stuff like that. So in the instance that Tammy T happens to be one of our main faces, we need to protect that lady. And you see that lady out there, make sure you watch that lady's back, because she's fighting for the people. Right. She's the one, she's putting herself on the neck, and I seen it with my own eyes. She's being monitored on social media.
Yeah.
She's being censored. So they know who she is. And it's very important that you all hold hands and that we all hold hands around this lady because she's out there on the front lines in real life. So everyone that you see out there, make sure that you represent.
That's what it do.
Yeah. You know what time it is. This is Kiyah's Jambalaya. You know I'm always cooking up something hot. Come on in. Let me feed you, baby. Yo, what's going on there, Listen. This week is a week here, and in entertainment, I can't say that it's been anything less. Listen, I am looking at these celebrities right now, and I said, you know what? You guys are really doing y'all jobs because y'all are supposed to be entertaining, and y'all are entertaining me. Now, there's a couple of artists that that sometimes I just be fixated on because I just feel like, oh, those is my people. But sometimes I got to step outside the box, yo. Oh, gosh. So where do I start? So let me start with, I seen some stuff with Russell Simmons and Little Kim. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Kim looking super spicy these days. I don't know if you've seen her. All her plastic surgery has finally settled into place.
Okay, because I was saying.
No, she looks like money. Y'all better stop playing with her. I think her and K. Michelle and them all went to this same doctor and got their better faces. Let me tell you something.
Okay, Kim. All right, I ain't mad at that.
Anyways, listen. If I say Russell Simmons is looking, you better know what time it is because we know what kind of girls he like. He don't mess with nothing but models.
Right.
Kim is looking good right now, but she literally has him Google Gaga. Really? Now, I don't know why they would post this if he's not planning on or maybe this is what we're looking at. Maybe.
Wait, they're a thing? They're an item?
I don't think they're an item, but I think in their interaction, he kind of lost it. Maybe he didn't realize how fond of Little Kim he actually was until he met her. Oh, he's smitten, exactly. He is going through a thing. So you can see him smiling like a Cheshire cat. Now, we already know he's a smiler, he got big teeth and stuff. But this is something different, and you can tell in his eyes. So I'm looking for any future details or any future little hints that I may see about these two, but I think we should keep a lookout for them because I think that Lil' Kim might actually be Jodie Watley in it right now, looking for a new love. So I think that we need to keep our eyes open for this because I think that this is a new couple connection in Hollywood. So let's look into it. And she could use a billionaire in her life right now. So big up to Kim.
That's right. I don't think that was right. But...
Why?
No, I'm just saying.
Why? What's wrong? What's wrong with a woman with ambition?
Yeah. Okay. That's
there you go.
Yeah.
What's wrong? She a rich lady.
Yeah, you're absolutely
and she deserves. Why
she brings something to the
that's
table.
True.
She has her own table.
Why she gotta take care of somebody? Why she gotta get somebody that don't make as much money as she needs? She needs.
Guys, that's why it's about communication. This show. What you said, I didn't catch it. I was like, okay, but she needs to get his bread. I was like, okay, because she has her own bread. She needs somebody that could bang with her.
She need not have a guy that she got to buy sneakers when she buys sneakers.
I love it. You see, communication. That's why I did, guys. Today's show, Tough Talk Communication Cycle.
Y'all know I'm finna come with it. In other hip hop news, Nick Cannon. Now y'all know that Nick Cannon just lost a baby. We talked about this about 2 months ago. Nick Cannon just lost a baby. Mm-hmm. Nick Cannon got a new baby in somebody right now. Now this is baby number 8, and with a new woman.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But he said there's no slowdown.
Oh yeah, he said he's gonna keep going.
Slowdown. Yeah, and hey, you can afford it.
Yep.
You can parent as long as you're parenting. You can go form a whole village. Just make sure everybody know who's in their village, though.
Right.
For sure.
That's your sister and that's your brother.
Especially when you have multiple, units. You gotta just know, no.
But my dad did it with us. It's 16 of us, and he just made sure that we was all together from 4 different moms. And he was like, "Look at everybody's face. Don't y'all look alike? Y'all siblings. Don't y'all kiss on the lips? Okay. Y'all know your father is a vain man. I don't want no children in here to look funny in the face. Wow. Don't do it. We don't need no more off-brand mentality. So don't bring nobody that y'all was doing kissing. Don't let me see it. Don't let me see it.
Okay.
And I think that's how it's supposed to go. But I think that Nick Cannon is supposed to procreate. I think you're supposed to have as many as you can afford to take care of and set up their funds and stuff like that for, because the world needs this. The world needs, black people and black children.
Yeah, it kind of gives a little plug to what we're talking next week. We're talking relationships, and we're going in next week. We're talking all kind of different types of relationships too.
This is the segue. The segue. So I really want I want to talk about the funny stuff. So I'm gonna just get to the regular stuff first, and then I got to get into this because I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? So we know that we've been keeping up with the housewives. A lot of us out there, I know y'all listening, that we've been wanting to know what's going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, as they haven't put out a show since 2020. But
And no one left.
And and behind Nene Leakes being no longer being on the show, we don't want to know, we don't want to say if she's been put off or she actually left, but we know that she was having some issues connecting after the death of her husband, and so now Nene Leakes is back in the scene and she is actually dating. And she is seen out there right now showing out with her new boo, and I'm looking at him, he look kind of cute. I'm like, Nene, you keep pulling them. I don't know where Nene get them at this age, but Nene, I hope I have the luck that you have at when I get to your age when it comes to men. And she keeps pulling these baller shot callers, so you know that he fits right into her lifestyle. So he had a whole night for her, and the signs that came out for her bottles all said "rich bitch." That's how you know that a guy really likes you, when he's applauding every party. Like, I love that gold digger party, you girl. You come on over here with your gold digging self. Let me buy you something cute, put on and go to the club and act up. And you know what? She's out here living her best life. So I just want to send all the mental energy to Nene Leakes for being able to get back into love and the swing of things. I'm proud of you, girl, and you look good. Yeah. So do you guys know who let me get this young man's name, because y'all know I have a problem with names.
Yep.
Yeah, you know this. Kodak Black.
Yep.
So Kodak Black is battling being a kleptomaniac right now.
I can't.
Stop it.
I swear.
Stop it right now.
Y'all know that Kodak Black is super rich, right?
Yes.
Yep.
He can't, but he said he's having a problem right now, and he said, and he cannot help himself. He keeps stealing. So it started about a month ago with a hot weenie from a gas station, and he started off. He was laughing about it, and he's like, and he took a like videos and screenshots of it. He's like, I just stole this. I just wanted to see if I still had it.
He should have went to jail. Somebody should have seen that. Just because you're so foolish, you should have went to jail.
It's a hot weenie, but look,
Should've went to
this
jail.
is best. He done upgraded. He done went to some fancy store now. Now it's really about to be a problem, because he done took like a diamond encrusted back scratcher.
Stop it. Stop it.
He said, y'all, shaking my head, I done turned into a thief out here. LOL. Just stole a damn back scratcher out the store. I guess I still got it, B.
Yeah.
I hope he's trolling. I hope he paid for it. He's just doing this for.
No, he really stealing. And he said, if y'all keep it up out here and letting me in these stores, I'm gonna start boozing clothes next.
Oh man.
So
if he doesn't go on to online shopping,
I know, right?
Kodak Black is out here. He out here acting up for the people, and I'm going to tell you something. This is why I say Hollywood has been really entertaining lately, and I think that we tend to forget that entertainers are real people too.
100%.
And it has been hilarious, honestly, watching part of his journey and him just documenting this part right here. And he probably isn't stealing the stuff, honestly. I'm just, just joking, in real life. He probably is not stealing this stuff, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining. And it takes a little bit off of all of the heavy stuff that we're talking about these days.
Facts.
So I appreciate Kodak Black and the his kleptomanianism. I think that it is hilarious. And I'm going to end this segment by just talking about a little bit of what Cardi B has been going through. You know that Cardi B was being, we talked about this the last couple of shows, about Cardi B being suing a YouTube blogger about her saying that Cardi B
had herpes.
She had herpes. She said that she used to drug people and rob them. Now Cardi B did reference,
I know, I was like, didn't she say
doing stuff like that in the club, but not to that extent, not to the extent that Tasha K was talking about. Anyways, in the suit, Cardi B won.
Ooh.
For her. Yeah.
She won. A lot of people thought that it wasn't going to hold up, but there was no proof. You have no proof. And you're just saying these things. So now we got a problem. $1.25 $5 million in liable against celebrity gossip blocker. So I hope that
Tasha's messy too.
Tasha better have her coins up.
Yo, wow.
She better get her coins up.
That's going to set a
I think she
precedent,
does.
though.
Exactly, that's
That
what
should set a
opened the
precedent.
door.
Yeah.
I think she does because she gets a lot of views. I mean, I think because she's the one with the wine, right? She always comes with a big wine glass or something. I think I've seen one or two, and like I can't watch a full show because I'm just like it's too much, and I don't respond to people yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me to give me information? But it's just like it feels unfounded at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So. Good for her.
Wow.
Good for her. Especially at everything that Cardi's doing right now for the community and for there was the complex of the apartment that burned down, and she's paying the medical bills for all that. I mean,
all the funerals.
and all the funerals.
And
Yeah.
she gathered up some more celebrities too to actually help pay into this fund too. So I'm feeling Cardi. You know what? They couldn't let her loose. They couldn't let her loose. She's doing too much right now. She's really like, come on, give the girl a break. And I'm happy that they did.
Wow.
So
Yeah, so that's been that entertainment segment. So now we're about to dive into our new segment we're bringing in. You want to intro it, Kiyah? Oh, no, because it's going to be a what? So basically we said, as you guys know, this is the Empower Hour, and it's important that we feature our artists in the city.
right.
You know what I mean? So obviously we're starting with the one and only M City Solo, but every week I think it's a value to, highlight some of our, I don't want to say local talent, I want to say our independent talent.
amen.
You know what I mean? Because they're doing it, and it's like this is the Empower Hour, and we're here to give them a platform. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. So let's cut into the track, and I found that I had nominated this track, not because it's MC Soul and I listen to all MC Soul music, but it's the track "Apologies" is in line with the topic of the day, right? Which is communication, right? So we're gonna run it and ask you guys to just listen to it because it really does address both sides from the male and female standpoint, and then you guys dive into the interview. MC Solo.
Apologies in order to the mothers and daughters. We were supposed to protect you, and we let you get slaughtered. We became your danger, turn your love to anger. Treated you like strangers, turn around and blamed you. Even with your crown, European your style. You were supposed to stand out, now you try and be down. Oh, you try and fit in, got you bleaching your skin. That's some pain from within, now we play our part in. Damn, too much attitude, what does that even mean? The hardest shells usually lead to the sweetest kings. Black and brown queens, creators of the earth. I know it hurts, for what it's worth, I'm sorry. Most of us out here is insecure, and we self-sabotage when the love is pure. It's immature, but it's still the truth. It's no excuse, this is overdue. Apologies in order.
It's never too late to apologize. Time's gonna fly by. Tears in your eyes. It's never too late to apologize.
See, when you hurting, you just spread the hurt. Most of us don't even know that we hurting. That's what makes it worse. Pops left, mama going to work. Then she going to church, praying hard for a miracle. Got you scared to communicate, cause you don't want to add more to a plate. Can't tell your friends, cause we all going through the same thing. Everybody on some suck it up, gotta maintain. And that's all you've been trying to do. True shit, imagine trying to build a fucking house. No blueprint, but you still had to make it happen. While you trying to figure that out, don't get caught lacking. No capping, feds is killing and your people too. And they usually be the ones that grew up just like you. So the next apology, it gotta go to me. I ain't know what you were going through, but now I see. Honestly, apologies in order.
Time's gonna fly by. Tears in your eyes. It's never too late to apologize. Time's gonna fly by. Tears in your eyes. It's never too late to apologize.
Yo.
Oh.
So that was M City Solo. Featuring Cali Pop. And that was Apologies, y'all. Yeah. Now, I hope that y'all listen good. And if you have any questions, feel free to, tune in and send us a message and let us know what you want to ask. But Solo.
Yes.
Woo, deep song. Tell me a little bit about the premise and how you started writing this song. I feel like it goes along with the theme of today. Tell me how you started this.
Well, with this record, it was, for one, I was listening to Tupac. I was listening to, what record was it? It was I Ain't Mad at You. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, yo, how come no one makes records like these anymore? Like, that just speak to the community on what's going on and, like, just basically mirrors what's going on in the community. So then that's what sparked the idea in the first place. And then I just, online, just looking at what's going on with women. I have a lot of women in my family. And even as I get older, I'm like, yo, a lot of guys are trash. I didn't even realize, because I'm a guy, I'm always defending guys. But then when you really dial it back, it's like, oh, he did that? Like, guys be going to the next level of trashism sometimes. So it's like, okay, so I started writing the verse just to let women know that it's not all guys. And like, listen, some guys don't have enough maturity to realize that they're an issue. So if you're looking for the apology, I'll give it to you. Mm-hmm. So that's what sparked it. And then as I was starting to work on the second verse, I'm like, okay, I'm not just going to bash guys the entire record. That doesn't make sense, because there's a reason why guys are the way they are as well. So the second verse was more dedicated to the guys, because letting them know that I understand you don't have communication skills because you grew up without them.
Your mama ain't teaching.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a part, you want to communicate, but you see your mom's going through things, so you're holding it all in because you don't want to add more to her plate. And a lot of guys go through that, and then they end up... see, how I start the verse is, when you're hurting, you just spread the hurt. Most of us don't even know that we're hurting. That's what makes it worse. So it's like, hurt people. And the worst is, if you don't even know you hurt, you're out here just spreading hurt everywhere, and you're thinking you're fine. So it's like, that's how I started the verse, to let them know, I understand where you're coming from, and you're out here hurting, and you're not acknowledging it. So the second verse was apology to guys. The first verse was apology to women. And it was just like, the community, I felt like they needed. And then right after, a lot of stuff was happening with like the women. Remember last year, it was a lot of women were... Femicides. Yeah, the femicides was happening, and it just fit in like perfectly for the time.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Honestly, I really do. The fact that you're able to see both sides of it and communicate it on that level, it's not an easy thing to do, especially when it comes to music. If you were just writing an essay or maybe even writing a poem, it's different. But to take it and put it to music and formulate your mind around those types of thoughts is actually super powerful. Tell me, because you're saying, you wanted to say do both sides of it. Tell me what you think men of today could use as far as communication and how to start that, how to start communicating as a man.
As a man, honestly, for one, you have to acknowledge, you have to communicate with yourself. I find first, like, learn yourself, know who you are for real, like, know what you like for real, not what your environment tells you you're supposed to like, not what everyone around you or the conditions you've been put in is telling you're supposed to like. What do you like for real? How do you want to communicate for real? Are you emotional? It's okay to be emotional. All that you got to actually come to grips with first before you actually want to deal with other people, because you just end up being toxic on everyone you're meeting. So I would really say it's just get in tune with yourself. Get in tune with yourself. You're see what triggers you. See why you get mad. If you get mad at certain things, why is that? Figure it out. Learn yourself before you try to hook up with other people or just have other people involved in your life.
I love that. So tell me what Solo is doing. Tell me what MC Solo is doing these days. What you working on? What you got going on?
I'm working on a bunch of new music. I'm going to release a bunch of new tracks this year. Honestly, because my civil rights and everything was being attacked, I had no desire to release music for a minute. But every time it just didn't feel like the right time. It's like there's other messages that need to be put out right now, and it's not my music. But then I was having a conversation with someone, they're just letting me know, but the world needs music. It's a time right now that's stressful for everyone, so we actually do need music. So it's like, okay, you know what? I had to dial it back, so I recorded. I have like 20-something records ready to go. I'm about to just start just dropping them. But I had no desire before, but now I got the battery back on my back, so I'm just going to be dropping records very soon. And videos. And we're working with you too. I have a record there.
Oh yeah, hit
yeah,
me,
you
hit
already
me!
know,
I'm
you
excited.
already know.
I actually been getting hit up for a lot of collabs these
There
days
you go.
too, so I'm ready. I'm actually thinking on that level now. Now I'm thinking a little. I'm like, okay, look, cut it back a little bit so somebody else could get in there because I'd be like, So I'm happy. I'm happy that you said that.
for
You let
sure.
me know when you're ready.
All right,
I'm down.
All right, 1,000,000%.
And does anybody else have any questions? Because you know I can do this for hours and hours and hours.
You know, I was planning on playing that song today,
And
but I was like, maybe not. Like when you're listening in the morning, probably not. But
No, it basically no. What I like is just the consistency MC Soul keeps coming with. Obviously, just and being able to put out like timeless tracks that you when you hear it it's it's like it's timeless for lack of a better term. It's like it's something that it's not a hype. It's things that impact you like long term. Things that that there's a value to the music. No pun intended, but it's like music with meaning.
Solo, please give us your handles so the people know where to find your music and anything else that you're doing and how to keep up with you.
Check me out at, for one, mcitysolo.com. Period. It has everything on there. It has my merch. If you want to buy my merch, it has my bio. If you want to book me for shows, you could do everything through mcitysolo.com. But if you don't want to just do that, then you can go on IG, Twitter, Facebook. It's all the same handle, mcitysolo, mcitysolo. On all the platforms, and
I want to remind people one more time also to get in contact with MC Solo, especially artists, because there's one thing that you didn't mention aside from the music, is just working on support for artists who are coming up. So I think that's a value for us, for other entertainers in the community. So if you are a up and coming artist and you are interested in any kind of support, the idea is to be able to come together as artists and to support each other. So I commend you in that you're doing, and I just encourage the other artists listening to get in contact with MCD Solo.
Yes. Hit me up. It's honestly, right now I've been in the game for a serious minute, so if you have any questions, any knowledge, just to kick back, I don't mind. I let people know all the information I got is open. I don't see people as competition to me, so I don't mind giving out information.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you be on my level so then I could beat you for real.
Blessings.
hey everybody, I'm Jeena da Great, aka Miss Politically Correct, aka the Devil's Advocate, aka Big Liar in Energy, and this is Ungrind My Gears, a segment where we keep it light, keep it bright, and share some fun facts and some jokey jokes. I'm bringing back my affirmations of the week and,
Woohoo,
and
claps.
things like that. So
We're looking forward to
okay
these.
with the snaps. So this week's quote is success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And so when you have a goal, you want to kind of break that into pieces and celebrate those successes of what you achieve, as opposed to trying to go for this big chunk and feel overwhelmed. So, break that down, get every step, and celebrate your steps in that.
Nice.
That's dope.
I have a little something else too.
Stop it, Jen.
Got me a little joke of the day.
Come on, Gigi. Come on with it, G. We missed that. I missed that.
Got a little joke of the day. So, if you drive a Subaru in reverse, what are you?
Subaru in reverse. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be dumb.
You are a bus.
Oh, you know what? You know what?
I don't even get it.
Of course you did it.
Subaru backwards.
Oh man.
No, you know what?
This-
I'm done. That's
This brings me so much joy.
Oh, great.
Damn.
That's a great joke right
it.
there.
Sometimes I love it.
No, but I love it all the time because Pharaoh doesn't.
Yes.
So every time he doesn't love it, I love it
Camera
so
left you.
much.
Back to you.
So much. Kings and queens, this was the Empower Hour with Pharaoh Freeman, Queen Kiyah, and Jeena da Great. We are on live every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. and broadcasting Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. on CKUT 90.3 FM. Hopefully you got your dose of entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment. Subscribe and watch us on empowermtl.com and email us at empowermtl@gmail.com to anonymously be featured on our What's the Tea Mail segment. Stay blessed, black, and highly favored.